Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Talkin' Tunes. We are sitting down with independent artists to get to know their stories behind their journey. Today, I have with me Carman Collins. Carman, thank you for joining me. So nice to have you with
Thank
me.
you for having me.
Yes, yes. If you would go ahead and tell everyone just a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm an aspiring country artist, and I've been, singing since I was 5 years old. Heard Karen Carpenter sing for the very first time, and that is when I just fell in love with music and singing. I would always put on like little performances for my parents, pretending that I was Karen Carpenter and just singing Superstar and Rainy Days and Mondays and all their hits. I've been doing the music more seriously for the last couple of years. Things are really starting to take off for me since about December of last year. Got some big things coming up. Uh, can't share what they are yet, which but
So
there's some
frustrating.
pretty. It is frustrating, but it's some really huge stuff, and I'm so excited to when I can finally announce it.
Yes. Well, we will be hanging on the edge of our seats waiting
I know.
so you can let us know what they are. I'm sure Keith will send me a little message and be like, "We can finally say something." So
Yeah,
I'll
for
be ready
sure.
and waiting for that. But, I mean that's a common theme with country artists. Y'all will get news of stuff that is happening or potentially happening, and then they'll be like, "But you can't say anything yet. You have to wait." And it's
Yes,
potentially
it's
a long
so
time that you have to
frustrating.
wait
It's so
before you can.
frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, they'll sometimes tell you like 6 months in advance of something, and you've got to sit on it for that long. How hard is it to sit on news for that long that you can't share with someone?
Well, very hard because I want to tell everybody. And it's because it's such a big thing for an independent country artist like myself. It's just I'm just like itching to announce it. But once I get the okay, I mean it's gonna be blasted everywhere, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my god!" So I can't wait for that moment. Can't wait for that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that makes me think of like people that try out for American Idol or The Voice shows like that, and they go and try out for it. When we see it on TV, it's, post production, everything is already
Yeah,
done. And we think it's just starting, but it's actually not. It's already done. But these contestants, when they try out, they can't tell their families, they can't tell friends, they can't tell anybody until the show is basically done. That would be
yeah,
so hard.
yeah.
Have you ever tried
It's
out
hard.
for Yeah. Have you ever tried out for any of the talent shows like that?
I kind of wanted to try a route of someone just finding me for myself and not really, you know, going on shows like that. Not that I have anything against artists that do, it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
not my path that I wanted to take. But, I found an amazing management team that is doing amazing things for me, and I'm so blessed to have them on my side. We're going places, baby. We're going.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it would be, I don't know, for the very few that make it, from American Idol or The Voice or shows like that. It's wonderful. It's great. But those are brutal.
Absolutely.
They are
Yeah,
brutal.
it's a lot of like mental stuff having to deal with. I just don't feel like I want to put myself in all that, But I give props to the people that do.
Can't say I blame you there. Can't say I blame you. One of those shows, American Idol, and one of the mega superstars from there, Carrie Underwood, my husband
Yes.
said that's who your voice reminded him of.
Really? That's
Yeah.
a first. I've never gotten Carrie Underwood. I usually get like Miranda Lambert or Gretchen Wilson. Those are the two ones I usually get.
Yeah. I was playing All American Girl, was it yesterday or whatever day it was? I don't know. I was playing, and that's yeah, that's what came out of his mouth. That's what he said. And I was like, Okay. I was like, I can hear that
I
a
mean,
little
hey,
bit.
I'll take it. I'll
Yeah.
take it. That's a
Yeah. Yeah. And then I had to listen to it again because I was like, that's not what I caught right off, but I could hear it a little bit in there. So yeah, I was like, that's a definite compliment. So yeah,
yeah, for sure.
I'll have to tell
For
her
sure.
about that. She'll like that. So, but speaking of All American Girl, that
Yeah.
was just released on the 13th.
hmm
And definitely here for that song, loving it. Where did that inspiration for that song come from? How did that all come to be about?
I wanted to write a song that pretty much introduced me.
Mm.
I'm very patriotic. I love my country. I love being an all-American girl, and I wanted to kind of like introduce people who listen to my music of who I am, what my attitude is, what I am as a person, really. And I definitely think that I mean, I wrote this song by myself. And I feel like I accomplished that. I mean, it's nitty, it's gritty. It's me. That's Carman Collins in that song right there. But that's what I wanted to achieve. And I'm getting really positive things from this song. So I think it's going well.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely got a vibe to it. It's fun. It's definitely makes you want to get up and move to it for sure.
hmm
It if if that's what you want people to know, if you want people to take something away from that song and be like, okay, what do I know about Carman from this song? Is she's fun and I
hmm
mean definitely, patriot, all American girl for sure. That's first and foremost, but she's tough
Right.
and she's fun.
Yes. That is me to a T.
Yeah. Yeah. So great song. Love it. So
Thank
is
you.
that is that kind of your lane of song choices when you're writing? Or, I mean, you've got multiple other songs out there, obviously, but
And I have so many more songs that
variety.
are recorded and they're gonna be released. What I like to do is I like taking like my real life stories, like things that I've been through, my struggles, I'm a huge advocate for mental health and, like anti-bullying things. And so, I try to incorporate, I was bullied so badly in elementary, middle, and high school. you know, I I take that experience and I put it into a song that's going to be released later this year. And it's beautiful. I mean, it took me a little bit to record because it's so emotional and it's really like a lot. It's my personal, business that I'm singing about and going to be sharing to the world. But that's who I am as an artist. Like really, I've taken personal therapy sessions that I've had and turn them into a song. I want to be relatable to people and let people know that like you're not the only, I struggle too. Like it happens. It's life. It's so hard sometimes and you can't give up. You got to find your resources and just keep pushing through.
Yeah. And I think that's so important, especially I've said it 50 gazillion times. Music is healing. Music is
Yes.
therapy. And for you to
Yes.
say you've literally taken your therapy sessions and turned them into a song, I think that is beautiful. And
Yeah.
that you never know how your story, how your therapy session is going to be a therapy session for someone else that has gone through the same thing or something very similar.
Yeah, but that's what I love about, like you said, music is therapy. And if someone can listen to my song for that 3 minutes and 30 seconds and just get away from their everyday struggle that they're going through, it just to find a little peace and comfort, then I've done my job as how I want to be perceived as an artist, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Because sadly, that, bullying is something that was prevalent in my time. And you said you went through it when you were in school. And,
Yes.
it's something that my grandchildren deal with. And, I have a 7-year old and she sees it at her school. And that's something that has happened for it's endless. It's gone on for decades. And I don't know how we put a stop to that.
I'm not sure either. I just know I always just tell people, like, it's like the old saying, treat others how you want to be treated. Would you like if someone was bullying you or anything like that? But then, I see where I've gone on with my life and where I'm at today, and
Hmm.
you
Yeah,
know, it's kind of one of those things where, like, in my song "All American Girl," middle finger proud to everyone that bullied me, and because look where I'm at today, type.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I love that comeback with it. Yes. So so much so.
Yes.
Yeah. And I love again, I hate that you had to go through what you went through, but I love that you're taking that heartache and turning it into something good to help someone else, to help others. So I love that. Very
Because yeah, music is my own personal therapy, and there's, songs out there that, like, if I'm in a certain mood, that I'll just turn on, and literally it's just comforting to my soul, and that is just my goal when I release songs, is for others to just get a sense of relief or peace, and relate.
yeah. What is your go-to music when you're just in a when you're in a down mood and you need lifted up a little bit, when you need to kind of get out of a funk? What is your go?
I like heavy metal.
Okay.
Like a little bit like heavy metal, classic rock. Usually I turn on Rush. I'm a huge
Yeah,
Rush fan.
okay.
I love Rush, and
You're a
so I listen.
80s classic rock girl, yeah.
It's just my parents. My dad heavily on the Rush fan. I mean, every time we got in the car, it was like, so I could literally sing every Rush song that has ever came out.
Love it.
But my mom was the country genre lover. So I
Mm,
got a mix of both, and I definitely think that comes out in my music because I love to rock,
yeah,
but I also love country, and that storytelling that country music gives. So,
yeah,
but yeah,
yeah,
when I get in a mood, and I'm just like need to, like, I just kind of rock out, man. I just
yeah, yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Well, there is a rock edge to your music. So, and that comes out in All American Girl. So, yeah, which I love that. You can definitely blend the two. Okay, so you've got your countryside, you've got your rock side, but then you've got a lighter side to you as well because you said it in the beginning, the Carpenters, Karen Carpenter, and
yeah,
Superstar was the first song that you ever sang, that you ever learned to sing. So, I mean
yes.
that's a third side to Carman. Um
I know.
so who
There's all kinds of sides with me.
who introduced the Carpenters to you? Which your household sounds kind of like mine was growing up, but it was very very dimensional where music was concerned.
It's a funny story, really. So my dad probably had every vinyl you could think of. I mean, he had just stacks of records, and we weren't allowed to touch them, you know. But as a kid, I didn't listen, and I went and I I
Imagine that.
pulled out one. I pulled one out. It was the Carpenters, and I remember it was in a brown vinyl case, gold lettering, the Carpenters, and put it on my dad's record player and started it, and I just heard the beginning of Superstar, and I just heard her voice. I mean, it got to the point where my dad was like, "You can just do it, Carmen. You can do it. Go. Like, stop sneaking around. I know you're doing it." So that's what I did, and I feel like I definitely looked to her and listened to her when it came just to learning to sing. Getting the high notes and then the really low notes, and
Yeah.
yeah, I love her.
Her range is incredible.
Incredible.
Incredible. Her tone, just everything about her is just incredible and
Was
timeless. Timeless. The Carpenters are timeless. I was about to say there's so many artists that are timeless, but not so many. There are some artists that you've got this timeless category that there are some that just you file them away in that file cabinet of timeless and If you look in there, the
They're one
Carpenters
of
are
them.
definitely there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, for sure they are. They're amazing, and rest in peace to Miss Karen.
No. She they, the Carpenters, definitely some of my favorites, absolute favorites. Who were some other artists that kind of shaped your career or you pulled influences from?
I have to say, like newer artists, like definitely Miranda Lambert. I think she is phenomenal. I hope one day I can just even just look at the woman and just look at her. Love to meet her. Because I love her, like her grit, outlaw, don't give a you know what type attitude, which is kind of like my attitude as well. And then recently, I've been loving Ella Langley.
Yes.
She's killing
Yes.
it. Yeah, she's phenomenal.
Definitely. Yeah. So, your songwriting process, do you have a specific process when it comes to writing, or is it just kind of go with the flow, whatever hits, whether you have a scheduled write or something just you hear a song title or words that just trigger you to start writing?
So I've written all of my songs solo,
Mm, okay.
hoping to get, now that I'm going some places here, hoping to, actually get to co-write and things like that. But the way I kind of write is, I wouldn't say it's, how a typical songwriter does things. I will go back to a time in my life or that in that experience, and I'll kind of start to kind of like remember the feelings that I had, the thoughts I had, and just kind of start mad writing. Like no structure to it, nothing.
Yeah.
And then and as I'm writing, like I almost like feel I can like hear the melody in my head, and so then I try to base it off, obviously trying to make it more structured and make it come together, and it just works for me. I mean, yeah, I don't know how else to explain it because, like I said,
No,
it's
that
it's
makes
kind
total
of
sense.
weird, but yeah.
That makes total sense. I feel like if I was a songwriter, which I'm not, I feel like that's how I would do it. I would just be like, I'd just be writing like crazy, and then somebody else would have to put it together because I would have no idea how to format it.
Oh yeah, and I have like I have like the notes thing in my phone, and like you just scroll on for probably
Yeah.
months on end. Just if I hear something, I'm like, oh, that's a great song title. I'll write it
Yeah.
down. Something happened to me, I'm like, gotta write it down,
Yeah. Are
and then
you
it just all
one that,
eventually comes together.
yeah. Are you one that like warns your friends, like, be careful what you say because that could end up being a song?
There's a
I
couple
think,
times too where I'm like, I would text my ex and be like, FYI, there's a song that's coming about you. Thank you, because I'm gonna get a lot of streams from it.
I think that's kind of just like a songwriter thing. And I think anybody that
For
is
sure. Yeah.
friends with or dated, I think you should just automatically know that. Like, it's
Yes. So
it's gonna
I have a
happen.
few out there that are probably hanging on the edge of their seat.
Yeah, for sure. I know I've
That, that,
even
that,
done,
that's what makes.
yeah. Yeah, especially when they come out of nowhere, just when it's a
Mm,
very random, just generic conversation and something just comes out of it. And you're like, okay, that would work. I've
yeah,
even
and
been
it's
doing interviews with people and just a random phrase will come out. And it happened with one guy I was interviewing, and he was like, wait, that's a song title. And he's like, let me write that down for
big.
us before I forget. And
Yep, it just
yeah,
happens.
yeah, it does. You never know when it's gonna hit you, and you never know when it's gonna hit you. Have you ever like woke up in the middle of the night and been like so inspired you're just like have to write right then, or been driving down the road, or just crazy
Times,
times?
or I'll be awake, just I'll wake up wide awake at like 2 a.m., just remembering something that happened, 10 years ago. And I'm just like, dang, I need to put that in a song. that's a killer song right there. And then I'll be awake, until the next day, really, and just trying to put that together and piece it together.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Golly.
I love songwriting. I love it. I mean, not every song is going to be, everyone's cup of tea, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay for me. That's why they invented the next button. If you don't like it, just
Exactly.
hit next.
Exactly. And that's why there's so many different songwriters and so many different
Right.
singers that, if you don't like this one, there's the next one. Or if you don't like this artist, there's another artist. I mean, not
Yeah.
everybody's going to like the same thing, and that's totally fine.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like you have to just have like the thought of you can't impress everyone. Like you can't know what you can't
You're
make
not going to.
everyone like your stuff. There's gonna be someone out there that's probably gonna make a comment about your music or you're terrible, whatever. And it's just gotta kind of learn to roll it off you, because there's always gonna be someone trying to bring you down somewhere, and that's just trying to test you, and you just gotta fight back. Not literally fight back, but
Yeah, just let it go. You have to let it
yeah.
go and not read. Like you have to, the higher up you get, the further you get in your career, you've got to learn to not look at the press, not read negative comments. And I would imagine that's
Yes.
probably got to be the hardest thing to do because I'm sure you want to like read the good stuff, but when you get out there
Yeah,
reading
because
the good stuff, you're going to come across the negative.
that's why and I don't know if it's because I was just severely bullied throughout school, but I've created in my mind to literally, like, it does not affect me. Like, I have taught myself that you are not going to please everyone. There's always going to be someone out there trying to bring you down, always. And you just got to let it roll off and you just keep doing you and being true to yourself. So that's what I've just instilled in my brain. So when I can go back through comments and I can read a bad comment, I'm like, whatever. Keep scrolling. I want to see the good ones. Where's my positive uplifters?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's what you have to do is just, but that's, I think a lot of newer artists have not learned how to do that yet. And they let the negative comments bring them down
Yes.
so much. And
Yeah.
they need to learn how, you need to teach a class on how to not let the negativity get to you and bring them down. So, because that's
It
really
took
affects someone hard.
it took many, many years, and wasn't easy at all. And don't get me wrong, there's still some times where like I'll like read a comment and I can feel it start to like get me down or make me feel like self-conscious, but I'm like, nope, you need to stop. It's just this person. We're
Yeah.
good. Keep reading the positive stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, just a complete and total random question here, and not Miranda
Okay.
Lambert, because you already said that. If you could sit down and have dinner with anyone in the world, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Willie Nelson.
Oh, fun. Would definitely be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, he has probably so many stories. He is literally probably, I just think he's like just the coolest person really ever. And I would love just to hear his stories and
Yeah.
just be around him and his vibe, his energy. Yeah, definitely Willie.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's ever told me Willie before, but yeah, that would be that fun for sure. And
Yeah,
I bet you're right. He's probably got a ton of stories that
yes.
would just,
Advice.
yes, endless advice, good and probably not so good. I not follow all of his advice, but yeah,
Yeah,
he
well,
for
not yeah,
sure.
not all of it. I think that's the thing that I love about him is
He don't
he
give a
yes, he
he
does
would be
not.
totally unfiltered.
Yes, and I think that'd just be just probably a best dinner I probably ever had in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And what would that dinner consist of? What's your favorite? The audience wants to know. What does Carman love to eat?
Ooh, I love a good steak, a good ribeye steak, good
Mm-hmm.
mashed potatoes with only butter, and then like a side of like honey glazed carrots, and then a roll with butter.
Get me hungry now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how does
Yeah,
your steak
I
have to
love
be
my
cooked?
steak. My steak,
Yeah, how's it have to be cooked? Like
medium
medium
rare.
well, medium rare? Oh,
I don't like it coming out to on my plate still possibly mooing, but I like it. I still like it. I like it. I like it medium rare. I feel like it has more of a taste to it, and it's kind of it's. I'm getting all hungry over here just
I
talking
know,
about
right?
steak.
This is why I saved that to the very end if I ask that question, because yeah.
Uh,
But I still got to
yeah, I
talk
want
to
a
Smith,
steak.
so I'm not done yet. So, yeah, I used to be a medium well person,
Mhm.
but now I'm medium because I have learned to let it be a little under because that is where the flavor's at. That
It
is
really
definitely where the
is.
flavor's at. But no, it cannot come on my plate mooing or no. Yeah, that sounds like a good dinner. That's a
Mhm.
good and fun dinner. I would be down for that one. That's fun.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
What is 2026 look like for Carman besides the news that you can't tell us? Do you have any? Are we trying to get some shows planned, tour going, or are you just looking
And
at releasing?
there's tons of stuff coming. Tons of stuff coming. The next show that I can really talk about, that I can say is I'm performing at the Barn, which is in Florida. It's for a PTSD veteran charity event, which I'm so honored that they picked me to be part of that. 'Cause you said, like I said, that's one of my big like advocacy things that I like doing. So that's April 11th, and I'm really excited to go there. There's been a lot of legends actually sing and perform at the Barn in Florida. I'm really excited to be a part of that.
Where in Florida is that? Why does that sound familiar to me?
I think it's Sanford, Florida. Sanford,
Okay.
Florida.
Yeah, okay. Yes, that's why it sounded
Yeah.
familiar to me. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I anything to do with again, mental health awareness, the veterans, military. So yes, I love that. Thank you for doing
Yeah.
that. That's
Absolutely.
wonderful.
It's my privilege. I'm honored to do it.
Yeah. I love that. Well, it sounds like you are going to have a wonderful 2026.
I'm huge.
Yeah. So we are looking forward to more releases coming from you and whatever this wonderful news is, we'll have to get you back on here to tell everybody all about it when you
Yes.
can share that news with us. So looking forward to that. And you guys, if y'all are wondering, no, Carman is not singing. She's under the weather a little bit. So that is why you didn't hear her sing today. We didn't forget. She didn't do it on purpose. She's not being mean. She's just trying to save her
No.
voice. So that is why. Sorry. Maybe next time. But I appreciate you coming on today. It has been so
Thank you for
lovely
having me.
getting to know you better. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Well, keep me updated on what is all the things that's going on with you. And when you can share this big news, I will certainly pass that along for you.
Yes, ma'am. Sure will.
All right. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And
Thank
y'all
you.
that are watching, if you're not already following Carman, make sure that you go give her a follow on all her socials. I know that she is very active on TikTok and Facebook, Instagram, all of those socials. Go give her a follow. And if you're not following her on Spotify, make sure that you're doing that. And if you're not already following Route 66 on Spotify, make sure that you give us a follow so you don't miss a single episode that comes out. And I will leave all the links for Carman down below. Y'all make sure to be kind to each other and keep it country. Until next time, bye bye.